Introduction to Polity Syllabus. Now, in coming to Polity Syllabus में क्या क्या है? Indian Constitution we have to read, historical underpinning, evolution of our Constitution, important features of our Constitution, amendments, significant provisions, doctrine of basic structure, fundamental and responsibilities of union and state government, problems in the federal structure, क्या क्या है problems in the federal structure, then separation of power between various organs of the state, local self-government, constitutional bodies and statutory bodies. Now coming to first, what is the need of constitution? The natural tendency of any society is to move toward entropy, that is toward the destruction or anarchy or lawlessness. Human beings are always guided by self-interest. There is a very every possibility that the self-interest can easily be transformed into a selfish interest. It can lead to exploitation, manipulation, and so on. To prevent society from entropy and also to prevent exploitation and manipulation, a constitution is necessary. It can protect the rights, freedoms of citizens, prevent exploitation, and make government accountable to people for their performance. It can ultimately ensure a strict implementation of the rule of law. The survival of any civilization depends on the ability of its administrative system protect and promote the welfare of its citizens. It is possibly only with the written constitution के साथ it can only be happen. So here question comes, why the constitution necessary for a society? A constitution is necessary to prevent society from moving towards entropy or destruction, anarchy or lawlessness. It safeguards against exploitation, manipulation and ensure the protection of citizens' rights and freedoms. How does constitution protect citizens from exploitation? How does constitution protect citizens from exploitation? A constitution protects citizens from exploitation by setting guidelines that prevent selfish interest from transforming into harmful practices. It ensures government are accountable to the people and strictly implement the rule of law. What does constitution what role does constitution play in promoting the welfare of citizens? The survival of any civilization depends on the ability of its administrative system to protect and promote the welfare of its citizens, which is made possible by the written constitution. Historical. Now coming to second topic, historical underpinning. Regulating act were introduced to exert control over the British Parliament over the East India Company. Under Morley Minto reforms introduced in 1909, communal electorates were introduced. Under the Government of India Act 1919, transferred and reserved subjects were introduced. Simon Commissions recommended later to round-table conferences. Outcome of round-table conferences lead to introduction of Government of India Act 1935. It introduces this parliamentary form of democracy, federal form of government, bicameral legislature, independent judiciary, and division of power. Now coming to question. What was the purpose of Regulating Act introduced by the British Parliament? Regulating Act was introduced to exert control over the East India Company by the British Parliament. What significant changes were introduced under the Morley Minto reforms of 1909? Communal electorates were introduced under the Morley Minto reform of 1909. What were the key features introduced by the Government of India Act of 1935? The key features: parliamentary form of democracy, federal form of government, bicameral legislature, independent judiciary, division of power. Consider the following statement regarding the Government of India Act 1935. It provides direct election at central level. It provides It provides provisions for establishment of all India Federation. It provide it provided for the bicameralism at the center. तो इसका हो जाएगा 2 सही and 3 सही. It has provisions for establishment of all India Federation and it provides bicameral at the center. What is the commencement date of the Constitution of India? So that is 26 January. Consider the following: legislature, executive, judiciary, constitution. Which of these entities give above the organs of the state? So this, this, and this organs of the state: legislative, executive, and judiciary.